Next time on Dragon Ball Z, make sure and smash subscribe to Unreal End Gaming.
With Goku calling for another tournament following his initial training with Broly on planet Vampa, Goku had now set the stage for yet another tournament of power as seen on the previous manga chapter video, with Whis going as far as to confirm Broly's increased power, and with Goku being curious, he had now called forth in having to issue a one-on-one battle involving Universe 11's mightiest warrior Jiren along with Universe 7's savage Broly, but the question lingers, now that both Broly and Jiren have finally met for the first time, between the two, are we bound to see a chaotic battle with a definitive winner at the end, or are we in store for a few tricks and surprises as the Omni Kings prepare for a one-on-one battle? As once more before we begin, if you are new to this channel and have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball and anime related, then be sure to smash that subscribe button on this channel and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload, along with giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys love Dragon Ball and anime, as well as checking out the official Dragon Ball fan mangas playlist located down in the description box below, to where on that playlist you guys will be able to find all the latest and best Dragon Ball fan mangas created by the community for the community, so be sure to head on down below, check out the official Dragon Ball fan mangas playlist for all the best and latest videos on Dragon Ball fan mangas. As we kick off the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Story of Broly vs. Jiren manga chapter number 2 special, with an opening synopsis detailing the previous manga chapter and telling us after Goku asking Broly to join the tournament to possibly face Jiren, he effortlessly agrees. As Goku gets a lock on Jiren's enormous ki, he uses instant transmission in order to convince him to attend the tournament. Owing Goku a depth from the Tournament of Power, Jiren accepts the challenge. 3 days later, the tournament skips to the final round between Jiren and Broly. Due to the participants catching COVID-19, this is where the battle of the century begins. And as we make our way back to the world of Void, there in fact are two universes presently there, Universe 7 and Universe 11, along with Jiren and Broly being the only participants in the ring, with of course Goku, Belmod, Whis, Margarita, Beerus, and Chile watching. Jiren and Broly are left in the ring having to stare down against one another, and as they do, the Grand Priest steps in as he went along to then tell them, "Sorry to keep you waiting. You two seem to be the only participants in attendance. The Lord of Everything is about to appear. Please show them your utmost respect." So, according to the creator, the other previous participants did in fact catch COVID, so the only other participants left to battle in this tournament is in fact only Broly and Jiren, with of course the Omni Kings then having to appear. They then went along to greet everyone and telling them, "Hello everyone, good to see you all," and as Chile looks up, she went along to question Lord of Everything. "Those two little rascals? How cute," and Beerus panics as he went along to then tell her, "Watch your tone, are you trying to get us erased?" And with the Grand Priest looking down, he only then continues, "The tournament will begin momentarily. I will now present both fighters on the stage." And as he does, the Grand Priest then goes on to comment, "The pride of Universe 11, Jiren the Grey, up against one of the sole survivors of the Saiyan race, planet Vampa's Broly." So the Grand Priest makes this grand announcement as he only then goes on to tell everyone, "I will explain the rules once more. There will be approximately 125 attacks to decide the winner. Hopefully that's enough time, but it may be wavered if Zeno-sama calls for it," as Goku asks, 125 attacks, with Whis telling him, "About 1 Earth hour." The Grand Priest then continues, "This tournament will now translate into a death match. The winner will get a wish from the Super Dragon Balls. However, if the opponent loses, they will cease to exist. So much that the Super Dragon Balls won't have any effect." And with everyone overhearing this, Broly, Jiren, Goku, Beerus, the Grand Priest only then asks them, Well then, are you ready? So the winner of this death battle will in fact receive the Super Dragon Balls, and the loser will be erased from history forever. And with Universe 11's God of Destruction Belmont looking down, he only then went along to tell Jiren, Jiren, you better not lose, as Chile went along to tell herself, Broly, I'm counting on you, with Goku also saying to himself, I'm getting very excited, as moments later the Grand Priest then announces, now begin. And the second the Grand Priest calls for it, Jiren then goes on to tell Broly, come. And that's exactly what Broly does, because then, as soon as Broly, mind you in base form, charges right in at Jiren, Broly attempts to throw a massive haymaker, a massive right hand to Jiren's face, and right before, millimeters right before actually connecting, Jiren is so fast that he quickly moves out of the way with such speed that Broly wasn't able to understand what had just happened, because Jiren had moved at such a pace to where there, he was not only able to deflect all of Broly's attacks, but then he was actually able to throw a few shots of his own until Broly was able to do the exact same thing and latch on to Jiren's punch before making contact, as Jiren then went along to ask him, is that all you're capable of? So Jiren really isn't impressed at the idea that Broly can maintain these levels of speed, because despite the situation, Jiren is effortlessly able to keep up, as only then, just as we've seen go down in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, what Broly ends up doing is firing a massive energy attack from his mouth, and because of this, Jiren is caught off guard, as of course there is a massive explosion scene, as this attack is indeed very powerful, because we actually get to see the level of impact even from afar, as of course we witness how the Omni Kings are absolutely mesmerized at the fact that Broly was able to do this, as only then, when we go back to the Tournament of Power stage, Jiren is shown in a defensive-like position, and he seems more irritated and annoyed than hurt, as Goku went along to ask, what? Not a scratch on him. So even though Broly had fired this massive attack on Jiren, it doesn't seem to have worked, as only then Jiren went along to tell Broly, Saiyan Warrior, is this all the power you've got? If so, then you leave me no choice. As of course Broly charges on in, Jiren is very cognitive of Broly's attacks, as of course Broly throws another massive haymaker with the Jiren ducking under. It was only at that moment, right then and there, that Broly realized his mistake, because Jiren came in with a ferocious punch that landed right on Broly's heart, to the point where Jiren went along to comment, double fist strike, Kaiken Ken. So this attack actually created such an impact to Broly, to where you get to see the expression on his face, because these two punches, these two singular attacks actually created more of an effect on Broly than one meets the eye, because it was at that moment where everyone began to see that there was something growing on Broly's back, as Chile went along to cry out, look at Broly's back! With enough force, Jiren's strike penetrates deep inside Broly's body. And as of course we observe something growing on Broly's back, it only then continues, resulting in damaging the internal organs, leaving the surface untouched. So Jiren had landed one hell of an attack, because rather than doing damage on the surface of someone's body, what Jiren ended up doing was actually piercing Broly's organs with one single strike, and not only creating internal damage and internal bleeding, but because of this, as an end result, we observe how there is a massive laceration shown on Broly's back, because the sheer force of the attack actually created an impact to where the force actually bursted out of Broly's body from the inside, and as of course Broly is shown in agonizing pain, his pupils seem to be fading, there are veins all around his eyes, there are veins all around his face, and it was at that moment where Broly ends up collapsing, because this really isn't something that one's body is normally used to, especially when we're talking about internal damage, internal organ damage. And as Broly ends up falling in front of Jiren face first, Jiren ends up looking down as Goku went along to cry out, Broly! Because this was it, Broly had seemed to be down and out, with Chile having to cry out, stand up Broly! Will you really show this kind of sight in front of your wife? And with Broly gritting his teeth because he knows that this is it, he has no other choice but to continue, Jiren looks down and then telling him, let's not beat around the bush. It's time that I end this. as he then charges up his fist for what seems to be the final attack needed to put Broly down. The manga chapter special then comes to a close. Now, the question here is, will Jiren be able to finally finish Broly off, considering the fact that he just inflicted internal damage to Broly to the point where Broly is not only down on the ground on his hands and knees in tremendous amounts of pain, but considering the fact that if he were to lose this battle, he will be erased by the Omni King, the question lingers, will Broly somehow bounce back and figure out a way to defeat Jiren, or is there going to be somewhat of a third party involved to stop the fight, or is Jiren simply going to finish off Broly for good? As of course, what I really enjoyed about this is the fact that we have a circumstance and a situation introduced to where we're back within the world of Void, and given the fact that this is a very limited battle only to Universe 7 and Universe 11, I also love the narrative that the Grand Priest made the announcement that this is a death match, which means no rules and you can actually fight to your heart's content, which I really enjoyed and really gets me thinking on how far Monty Black is willing to take this battle involving these two, because we could actually see a circumstance go down to where Broly loses right then and there, or we might get a circumstance where Broly bounces back and he actually battles against Jiren while using his full power. But by the end of all of this, I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below about what you guys want to see. Do you want to see perhaps maybe a God of Destruction intervene? Should Goku intervene? Should Broly somehow bounce back and actually fight Jiren to a standstill? So I want to get your thoughts and feedback in the comment section below. Again, thank you all so much for your time. Thank you all so much for watching. There is so much more coming your way, guys, so I hope you guys smash that subscribe button. Give this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys are simply stoked, ready, and excited to see this battle continue, along with actually wanting to see this in Dragon Ball Super, because after seeing the introduction of Jiren and then following the canonized version of Broly in Dragon Ball Super Broly, make no mistake about it, this is a highly anticipated battle that essentially the entire fandom wants to see. But what I really want to know going forward is, will Broly somehow bounce back, and if he does, is he going to take down Jiren easily, or is there going to be some sort of struggle in this upcoming battle? Again, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for your time. Tune back in for the next video, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys down the comment section below. Have a great day, everybody. Peace. And a quick little reminder before you guys go, if you guys are unaware, I do have a second gaming channel located down in the description box below, so be sure to head on over to Unreal Royale and hit that subscribe button along with turning on all notifications, as to there you guys will find all different kinds of gaming content that you will not get to find on Unreal and Gaming, titles and video games such as Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Gears of War, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, Dragon Ball Z Legends, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, Minecraft, Blair Witch, and many other retro games on that channel. So if you guys are into gaming, then make sure you guys subscribe over on Unreal Royale. I want to thank you all so much for your time, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEnt Gaming.
Also follow UnrealEnt Gaming on these social media platforms to stay connected at all times. And if you don't, then very soon you will all be dead! Oh, did someone say UnrealEnt Gaming? Oh my god.
The fuck's up, on? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes. Jesus Christ, that's huge! What, Broly?
Frieza.
Uh-oh.
Prepare to die!
But once you get video, lots of likes, or Bill will turn you into chocolate!
Vados, get over here! Tell these mortals that I'm the biggest UnrealEnt Gaming fan! This is my moment! I'm a part of his notification squad! Universe 7 can have all the fun! I just want the food!
And don't forget to leave a comment on this video. Show some love for the best community on YouTube.
Kakarot!